Hello. So, it's time for another update, and I've been working on my English Civil War project on my royalists. So, I finished a block of stuff, and I wanted to do an update and show you what I've done. So, as you can see, I've finished the mortar, which I started work on a few days ago. This is part of the ordnance battery kit from Warlord Games that I got back on their Black Friday. I think it was Black Friday sale. I think it was Black Friday. They had a sale and I got it. I think it was at the start of December. And again, I'd already done the Seeker cannon, and it comes with a mortar and it comes with another cannon. So I wanted to do this one just because it was a bit different. So this comes as a resin base, and the main part, basically everything but the actual cannon itself is resin. So the base, the size of the mortar, the bits and bobs that are on the ground, the bucket, that's all resin. The four crew are all separate metals, and I painted those all separately and then stuck them down on the base. Probably see on this one I actually took the pudding base off of there, use a saw to get that off, a brass saw, one, thing like this, take that off, so he can actually stand on there on those wooden planks. But yeah, really enjoyable to paint. It's been done again, like all my models, with a mixture of contrast paints and standard paints, and I just tried to vary the colours a little bit just because my royalists at the moment are generally all red. So I like to put a hint of red in there just so we've got that theme going through. However, I tried to vary it a bit just to make it a bit more interesting. So what I'll do, I will stop the turntable. There we go. And so you can see a bit of a closer look. So we have the battery commander there, looking through his telescope. So you can see on the telescope I've just done a little bit of effect on the lens there just to see if I can get it to show like it's glinting. I've done him in a blue. Decided he should look experienced, and white hair and experienced troop seems to go well. Then we have the guy over there getting ready for after the cannon's fired to clean out the barrel. We have the chap here with the lit taper, which for some reason, I don't know why, is my favourite part of this entire model that I've done, is the actual lit taper. So it just seems to pull your eye towards that. And then we have this chap at the back waiting for the cannon to go boom. And then this has been finished off like everything, static grass applicator, and then just a mixture of foliage and other bits and bobs to go on top. If I was going to give any kind of complaint about this base, it would be that it's just a bit thick for my tastes. I like to base everything I have on 2mm, and this is closer to 4. So, but it's a cast resin base, and it looks nice, and this will be a static position again. So that's a very, very minor gripe for what otherwise is a very, very nice kit. So I've got one cannon left in the kit to do, plus a overall sort of battery commander and some bloke that looks like an executioner, but I haven't looked too hard at him at the moment. So bring that back in the pike and shot rules in the army list, you can have 2 cannons per battalion. I'm working towards having a starting army of 2 battalion, so I should be able to get 4 cannons in there, which is handy because I've got 4. Although a mortar wouldn't generally be used in a field in a pitched battle, it'd be only in sieges, so I probably won't run it. But it's a nice looking cannon, and just something a bit different to paint, from when you're doing lots of rank and file. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. I'll get the next lot out that I've finished, and I'll show you what I've been up to. So, more Musketeers done for the King's Lifeguard. So these are for my overall regiment. There's another wing of Musketeers. 2 large bases worth, I should say. I've done them on the same bases that the rest of the army is on from Big Red Bat. And again, I've just tried to vary sort of some colours where I can. So the hats, because I've tried to keep them all, with a bit of a uniform in the red. So that is actually now the full King's Lifeguard done. Well, the Lifeguard of foot done anyway. I'm umming and ahhing about what horse regiments to do. Shall I paint up because I've got enough horse to do 2 regiments, I think, 2 units. So should I paint one of them up as the lifeguard of horse, or should I just go for something completely different? I am going to be doing more foot, more musketeer units and pike units, but I'm looking for something that is not red. So I'm going through all the royalist colours of known regiments and seeing if I can pick one out. There's the obvious choice of the blue coats under Prince Rupert. However, I was potentially looking for something a little less well known. I've seen a couple that have got grey, and I thought that could be quite a fun colour to play about with, and would look quite different in contrast to these if they're actually all in a line. So what I thought I'd do is I'm actually going to get the whole unit out. You've seen the pikemen before, you've seen the other musketeers before. Obviously they're not all going to fit on the turntable. We'll get the whole lot out and have a look at them. Right, there we go. And that's the first time I've actually put them all together, and I'm really pleased with them. So we've got the large pike block in the middle, charged pikes, we have the command at the back, and then 2 wings of musketeers. Now, from what I've read in Pike and Shot, there's basically 2 ways that I can play this. Either these are, if I just move these separately a bit, these count as 3 separate units, and you would issue orders to that wing, to the block, and to that wing. Or you can actually, I mean, obviously, you know, when they're in formation they would be touching, but they can actually count this as just 1 unit. I mean, that frontage is insane. You know, a normal unit's frontage is only going to be about 2/3 the size of this. So I'm really pleased that I went with this. I've been questioning it while I've been doing it, but now it's done, I'm really pleased. So what I think I'll do, I'll take the camera off. Whoa. I think we'll do a bit of a flyby. So over here, whoa, we have musketeers, and I used some of the pikemen who are in the kit. I used some of their bodies with some of the officer things just to try and make sort of NCOs. We have the charge pikes at the front, pikes at port, and then at advance we have the officer, the colonel, a couple of musicians and 3 ensigns there. Flags are from GMB, King's Lifeguard colours. This is one of the guys who I'm most pleased with here. In here, he's got the, I can't remember what it's called. He's got a pokey stick. I imagined he was like a sergeant major or something, just poking people forwards. But again, oh yes, and the pikes have all got the Moran helmets. Then we're into the second wing of musketeers. There. So sorry about the shaky cam there, but I thought I'd actually get that down. Okay, there we go, back into focus. So there we are. So very pleased. I mean, in March this will look quite cool as well. I mean, I have done the pikes on these large bases. Does it bother me that these aren't gonna sort of line up exactly when they're in a march column? Not really. I would hope in a game that they're not going to be in march column for long enough to actually get caught. So there we go, here's a nice march column. If you remember, if you've watched the videos, I was only planning on actually putting down this base with the charge pikes on it when they deployed. So so I have a whole long column of troops there. So no, I am very pleased. So I'm actually still got some ECW that I'm working on. I had hoped to actually have them finished for this update, but the weather has meant that I can't be out there priming, which is really irritating. But I've got a storming party of 12 to do, which has been a bit different with firelocks. So that's been quite fun. So I'm just finishing off those. So there'll be an update video with those, and I've actually decided to do a painting video as well, because I've really enjoyed these, and I thought I'd just share some of the things I've learned and some little sort of shortcuts that I've discovered on the way. As always, I'm going to try and put some pictures up at the end. I'm going to try and get a picture with all of this lot together in one photo. However, that's it for today. I hope you're all doing well. Stay safe. Drop a like and a comment if you've got anything you want to chat about. If you want to know anything about the bases or the models, just let me know. And I will catch you guys all again soon. Take care. See you later.